Chicago is a city of champions. Welcome back, everyone, to your Stanley Cup winning Chicago Blackhawks here in franchise mode, of course. Man, does that feel good to say. And even to look at that right there, that is beautiful. Yeah, I mean, we achieved the ultimate goal of winning the Stanley Cup. It has finally happened. We have gone through our hardship. We have earned our stripes. And we can call ourselves Stanley Cup champions here in 2030, which is pretty crazy. As you can see right there, Stanley Cup, Chicago Blackhawks beating the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning, in 6 games. We already went through the awards last episode. Catone obviously taking home the Vezina, or not the Vezina, Jesus, the Conn Smythe, even though I thought it should have been Bedard. But you know what? I'm not even going to hate on him. Catone got the Conn Smythe. I'm not going to disagree. So there is that. Now, unfortunately, we also have a job to do. Obviously, it was fun having the parade, popping the champagne and everything, but we actually have a pretty big offseason ahead of us here, as we have a lot of major re-signings to do. Obviously, Haminaho was up. Leo Carlson is up, but he was more of a rental, so I don't think we'll be bringing him back, although he did really help us win that cup. So maybe something to consider depending on contract ask. Yeah, look at that, 24 points in 21 games. Definitely a huge reason as to why we won that Stanley Cup. And Haminaho, no slouch either. He had 22 points with a plus 12 playing on that first line, I believe. So, yeah, definitely some big decisions. We also have, here, I can just go to the expiring. We have Will Sharp, who is expiring. Ryan Green, who is expiring. De Silva, who had a great playoffs himself. 8 goals there on that third, pretty much in the bottom 6 for most of it. Yeah, he is up this year. Now, obviously, a big thing that we were thinking about doing was cashing out on UC Saros. Now, Saros had an excellent playoffs. He had a .920 save percentage. He had a couple rough games on there, but as an overall, or overall as a whole, I should say, he was very, very good, fantastic even in net for us. Made some huge saves in those games that we jumped in as well. So, he definitely played his part. Unfortunately, with the cap circumstances and with goaltenders being inconsistent in this game, it might be a good idea to trade him at the draft. We'll see what his value is looking like at least before we do that. But before we get to the draft, is there anybody that I want to re-sign now? Now, De Silva and Sharp are RFAs, so I can kind of, leave them how they are. Now, how much is Haminaho looking for? He's looking for 12 mil. Okay, yeah. I'm going to hope he goes down because I don't want to pay him that much money. I mean, we're going to have, what did it say we had? We had 19 million as of now. So that'd be enough to sign him. And, I mean, we'd have to sign him in Sharp, but barely would be able to. So, and then we still have to sign De Silva. So, but with Sharp being an RFA, I feel like we can, we have leverage there. Same thing with De Silva because he's going to ask for a lot of money. Yeah, he wants almost 6 million as an 81 at the moment. So we're going to hope he also goes down. Ryan Green, big part of our bottom 6. Would like to bring him back if possible. Unfortunately, he is not looking for an extension and is an RFA, so that might be very unlikely. Yeah, so we got a lot of guys down here to sign. But the main ones, obviously, being Laminaho, Sharp, and De Silva, we have to get signed. And then, how much does Leo Carlson want? Just out of curiosity. Okay, he would be willing to lock up for like 11 mil, which... that isn't bad. That isn't bad. And I know we have, what's his name? Yeah, Petit coming up, or Pettit. I've been calling him Petit this whole time. I think it's Pettit, like Bob Pettit, the NBA player. But I'm going to stick with Petit, French-Canadian, if that makes any sense. Yeah, but yeah, he's a power forward, obviously. He's had some pretty, he had a big rookie. Oh, yeah, this was just his rookie year. Yeah, 27 goals, 41 points. And then he had a great playoffs, 11 goals. He's like a Chris Kreider type of guy, which are a lot of the auto-generated power forwards. They get a lot of goals. So there's something to consider. And now the only thing is, Haminaho had a great year for us this year. And he has been, he's been on the upside every year that he's come in the league. Great in the playoffs. So I have no reason to get rid of him. It's just about whether the cap is willing. So we'll have to see what happens there. Regardless, we're going to lose a huge piece to this team, whether that be the rental Leo Carlson, which was the plan, whether that be with UC Saros as well. But we'll have to see what happens here. If we want to stick with the goaltending, if we want to overload on offense or what we want to do here. So there's nobody that I want to offer at the moment. Carlson's contract is looking pretty nice, I won't lie. So maybe we could sign him, and then if we needed to trade him, that could be an option. The only thing is I don't want to sign him and then have to, like, if I'm trying to keep guys. So I don't know. That's tough. What is he, a playmaker? Let me see my forwards. I know Natchez is a playmaker, and then Catone's a playmaker, so there's not a lot of room for him. Leonov, I would like to play in the top 6, making that much money, but he has to play better. 45 points is... I'm hoping it's just a down year for him. We just gave him that huge contract after scoring 44, so I'm hoping for a bounce back. We have both Korchinski and Pellikka still. Okay, well, Pellikka's going to be up soon, but Korchinski locked up. That contract is so good. Even if he didn't have the greatest season offensively, at least compared to last year, because Pellikka kind of took over that role, he was still very solid, a plus 22. He's helping Pellikka get those points regardless. So, yeah, he had 64 this year, which is crazy. So, we will have to see how that goes. Sharp does not want an extension either. He wants about $8 million, which honestly isn't that bad. But, again, RFA rights, we have leverage. If somebody offer sheets him, that's also another thing to consider. So, yeah, I think we're just going to get up to the draft here. There's not too much I can do at the moment. So we'll just have to see. Oh yeah, don't we have a big pick? Oh, okay, it stayed at 9. So yeah, our pick with Buffalo, still a good pick for trading to Brinkett. Wasn't he traded for a 9th pick in real life when Ottawa got him? I believe so. Speaking of DeBrincat, he just got traded again to the Red Wings, which is pretty cool because I'm from Michigan. So might get to see him play as well, which is nice. I am a Rangers fan, though. I don't know if I've ever disclosed that. That is my team. Unfortunately, we're not looking... I mean, we did just re-sign Keandre Miller, but we need to get over that playoff hump. But we do retire Nikita Kucherov as he goes out 37 years of age. He probably still could have played another couple years. But besides, he's got his money. Yeah, his contract was up anyway. Just decided to call it quits. Sagan, Johansson, Kreider, Hertl, Raquel, among others, retiring. Any former Blackhawks that I see off the bat here? Nobody notable, at least. And then in goal, we have Robin Lehner, Jake Allen, Scott Wedgwood, John Gillies, Alex Lyon, and Michael Hauser. I don't know why I felt the need to say everyone's name there, but those are the retirements for this year, as well as the coaches' retirements we don't really care about. Sagan is now a scout. And yeah, here we are at the draft. So let's take a look one more time at our contracts, see if anything has changed. Okay, the overall have changed a little bit. So Pellikka and Korchinski essentially swap overall, which is pretty cool, I guess. Haminaho's still a 91. Carlson's a 90. Natchez down to a 90, but that's all right. Catone's still at a 90. Caswell went down to 86, so did Leonov. So that is something to watch for sure. Green's up to an 84, which might hurt us. Petit up to an 84, nice. Kasparaitis, man, he just can't get that jump. That might also be another thing we have to look out for. That is a 7-year contract, and I don't know if he's going to get that boost. He played really well for us in the playoffs, and this season he had a pretty good, solid season, but... or at least that one round he did. I guess he fell off a little bit. But yeah, De Silva up to an 82. Is his asking price gone down? Nope, it's gone up. All right, great. He wants $6 million. That is fucking crazy. He's had a great year, though. I can't discourage that. But let's see. Any of these guys change at all? Haminaho, the big one. Still around the same asking price. I went up a little bit. How about Carlson? Did I make a mistake? Okay, not too much. He's asking for around 11 mil, so that's not a bad contract for him. And then what's Saros at now? What's his overall? So he is he's back up to a 92. So this is the max value we are going to get for him if we decide to trade him. So that is nice. But also, I don't mind having a 92 overall goaltender. I mean, that is as valuable as an asset as it could be. So let's get into the draft here, see what is available. The Rangers are trading their pick at 6, so that is the highest we could move up if we would like. The 9th pick also is in play to be traded. As the 6th pick, I don't really care to target, as we have Grabowski, a medium elite at 12. And then Polak as well, who actually looks really good. He's a defenseman, which we actually could use. Is he NHL ready? Oh, man, 4 years away. Not even close. But, yeah, looks like we can pick up a solid prospect here if we would like. Comrie. Looks like a pure sniper. 2 years out. He looks solid. He's probably top 6. So these guys are probably top 6s with like a superstar ability. Very easy to say, obviously. Is there any steals in this draft that I can see off the bat? Yeah, 96. Around 94, there's a medium elite. Around 66, there's a medium elite goalie. Apparently this guy is a gem, but he's got a lot of abilities. Any low elites in here real quick while we're at it? Couple of 3 bars. Nicholas Lundqvist and Nicholas Hedman, a couple of Swedes. All right. So let's see our trade values here. Yeah, Bedard max value. Pelika's right up there. Catone's up there. Korchinski. Will Sharp has a considerable amount of trade value for being an expiring deal. No trades for him. Let's see what Saros is looking like. That's what I'm interested in. Okay, so it's not as high as you would want it to be. So the main reason we trade him is for that cap. Now, if we wanted to target both those potential medium elites with this Rangers pick, let's say, does Saros fill that trade value? They don't want him, but yeah, we could probably get that and a couple of their assets. So we might even, because they don't want Saros, we might be able to move more like for the 9th pick. I guess we can probably do 10. They probably won't be picked by then. Does that add a considerable amount of value at all? Just as an example. They'd be over the cap. Okay, who was that? I think it was Colorado at 8, right? They have a decent amount of cap space. They should be able to take this on. So yeah, we could do something like that if we wanted to. The only thing is I am in win now mode, so I don't know if that... We could just take our prospect here, and then... We have a guy like Sergei Markov who's coming up. We have a couple of good defensive prospects, so maybe that other forward would be the target. Yeah, Smirnov is here. Jolkinen. Yeah, we have a lot of defensemen. The only thing is we're so crowded at forward, it might be a good idea to take the defenseman anyway, because he would immediately be our top prospect. So as Chubasov from the Coyotes, just, you know, a purebred power forward, unstoppable force, a total eclipse, close quarters, yeah. Good pick for them there. 82 overall to start out. Yeah, I'm kind of stumped with this, to be honest. I don't know. Let me take a look at our cap situation. So Nate Chess obviously getting that big contract. I'm good with keeping him. Don't want to trade anybody here. Nazar, no. I like him for that 3rd. Yeah, he's been great. Kasparov is interesting, but I don't know how much that'd give us about, what, 22 million? Does that even really affect us that much? I mean, we'd still be able to get, like, Haminaho and one of... Yeah, if we're going to trade for cap, it'd have to be Saros. But I want to give him one... I might want to write out his contract. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of feeling like he deserves that last year. So I don't know what I want to do here. Well, we do have Sharp at RFA, so it'd be about Carlson and, well, the Silva is an RFA too. So Carlson and, or not, yeah, Haminaho I meant, but him and Carlson are both UFAs. You know what I could do is sign Haminaho to a 1-year deal and then hope that next year, 1, he asks for an extension so I can lower it, and 2, his asking price goes down. I know it's kind of cheesy, but it's hard to keep up with this cap. And Saros will be off the books at that point. That might be the move. And then have RFA control with Sharp and De Silva, make sure they don't go anywhere. And then Carlson just might be collateral. So, he's not asking for a lot of money, though, but we don't have room for him. Because we can go, next year, we could go, let's say without Carlson, we have Bedard, Haminaho, and Catone. And then we had, let me sort by forwards. So yeah, these 3 on the first line, and then we'd have Nate Jazz, And I guess we would be betting on Caswell and Leonov again. But that, I mean, we have to bet on Leonov because look at that contract we signed him to. I mean, I think, and I don't want to trade him just because of one bad year. You know what I'm saying? And we need another sniper in there as well. So it might be the wrong move. I'm gonna bet on Leonov. I'm gonna bet on Leonov and Caswell. Or Petit could play on that second line too if he needs to. Yeah. So I'm good with that. And then have one of those two, Petit or Caswell, on the third line with Nazar and maybe Green, maybe De Silva, maybe McAllister, just depending on who we get. We'll fill out the bottom six. I'm not as worried about that. We'll try to make him as strong as we can. But, yeah, I think Carlson we don't have any room for him, unfortunately. I'd love to keep him. He played well for us. He wants a decent contract, but when the time calls, man, let's see what they're offering for it. 2 fourths, a third, and Fabian Lysell. I thought it said down a 2 for some reason. 2 thirds, third and a fourth, so 2 thirds. Prospect. Let me see what's Fabian Lysell looking like at this point. Because he can be another option. Okay, 81. I'm not worried about that. So we can get the signing rights for Carlson and get 2 thirds for that. Unless we just want to keep him going to the re-sign stage. I don't think that makes sense, though. We might as well get some value while you can. And is there a team in the East? I can't trade him in Minnesota. I'll take the less value, but I can't trade him in Minnesota. So I'll take the third. Was it the Rangers? Yeah. Looks like the best option. Yeah, I don't want to make Tampa any stronger either. So yeah, we'll ship him to the New York Rangers for a third and a fourth. This could be the wrong decision, but it's the decision I'm going to make. We made a big decision trading to Brinkett last year, and it worked out for us. So I'm going to bet on our luck. Thank you, Leo Carlson, for helping us with our Stanley Cup. And I hope you the best on your future endeavors with New York. So there is that. We're committing to Saros for that last year, which is big. Now, Kasparaitis, if I'm going to trade him, I'll trade him at the re-sign stage. I think that's the only trade I'll make for now. And then if we need to trade anybody else, we will have... Because we have enough money to sign Haminaho and De Silva. No, he's an RFA. I don't need to sign him right away. But him and that's the only UFA, big UFA now. So, yeah, I don't know why I kept overthinking that. But we'll send out to the 9th pick. This is what the draft has been looking like so far. Now, the question is, do we want to go with Pollock or Grabowski? So, Pollock, right defenseman. He can play either side. 4 years is... 3 bars confirmed of 4 years out. The thing that intrigues me the most about him is all of his abilities. He just looks like the better player. We might not need him as much, although Grabowski's grades are looking considerably better. They're both around the same age. I mean, he's about to be 18, so Grabowski is a power forward. I do like that. Man, Grabowski is confirmed medium elite too. I figured Pollock is too, but you never know. It's just because he got the zone ability right there. He would instantly be like a top prospect. I mean, either one of these guys would, but them extra X factors might help his case. That is tough. An A shot immediately. I mean, Grabowski looks better, a lot better, but in terms of overall, because look at that. He's got B's, B minus puck skills, B minus senses. There's this Kozlov guy who is a beast. He's only 1 year out, but he's only got medium top 6. I have a feeling these guys are top 6s as well. 2 years out, they're usually about, mid to low 70s. They maybe got a superstar ability, but it's got to be one of these two. Yeah, because these two are both confirmed, top 6, top 4. I feel like it might be helpful to have more options on defense. The only thing is we have a ton of defensive prospects. Not with this many X factors, but Oh, man. I feel like whoever I pick, I'm going to regret it. My gut is telling me to go with Pollock just because of them X factors. This is tough, man. This is one of the toughest, like, two different prospects. Okay, this is what I think. I think Pollock is like a 69, 68 overall, and he probably does have his own ability and at least 3 or 4 of these superstar abilities. Let me call a timeout real quick. And then I have a feeling that Grabowski is probably a 71, maybe 2, or maybe 70. I don't think they're that far off in overall. Maybe this guy's like a 67, but still. I think I'd rather take like the 3 or 4 overall difference to have the extra X factors. And he is technically probably like a half year younger. The only thing is he's not confirmed elite. I figure he is, but man, no weaknesses for Grabowski. 6'1". One more time with our prospect pool right here. Defenseman, defenseman, forward, defenseman, forward, defenseman. Man. Alright, Markov is our best. Let's see who's the highest overall. So we got Markov. Okay, Severson, low elite. He is a forward. That's okay. So Persaud. I don't know if he's going to jump, though. Barry's up there. We have a lot of low elite forwards. We do actually have a lot of forwards. Okay. So that does make me feel a little bit better. I'm going to go with my gut. I think I am going to take Pollock. Don't know if it's going to be the right decision, but we're going to go with Franklin Pollock here from Russia. Hopefully he's the right pick. No, he's not. Let's see. Come on, just pick him already. Yeah, Grabowski was the better pick. Medium elite, and he's still got a gold X factor. Damn it. I made the wrong decision. I thought he would be medium elite, too. Ice Pack isn't a good zone ability with injuries off. He does have a full fleet of superstar abilities, so it's not a bad pick in any sense. It just wasn't the right pick. So that is on me. I was right about the 3 or 4 overall difference. I was wrong about the overall itself, but yeah, so a couple of questionable decisions so far, but I'll stand behind them. I made the picks that I thought were right. I don't see why we don't go with the medium elite goalie here, although there is another top 4 defenseman now. I think we'll go with another goalie prospect. So with our 64th pick, we're going to go with Ernesto Rasmussen, who is in fact a medium elite goaltender. What overall is he? He is a 60 overall at 19. All right. I will take that. 101. Trades are turned off, so it's going to glitch out. Do we start taking some of these guys that are here? We could go with Hedman. Let's try Nicholas Hedman. Low elite. He might be a low elite, and he is a low elite. All right. I mean, these guys are really boom or bust. Sometimes they'll shoot up in overall, and sometimes they just do not develop. So it's really random. Mike Fitz, 2-bar, low elite. I might just take this dude and then just sim the rest of the picks. Do I have it? How many picks do I have after this? We're already in the 5th round anyway. Yeah, just 6th and 7th. So I'll just take that dude and then get out of here. Let the AI make the last 2 picks. Well, I could take a chance on Fitz. What's my next pick? 192. One is, yeah, he's in the 200s. So we'll go with Fitz here, who is a low elite. All right, cool. So actually made a good decision here. He is a power forward himself, so we do get that power forward prospect back regardless. And then let me go ahead and select Nicholas Lundqvist, who also is low elite. Beautiful. All right, our scouts actually did pretty well for us. If they could have uncovered Pollock's potential, that would have helped us immensely, but we will take that. So let's get out of this draft. The AI drafted a medium elite goaltender, so there you go. I will take that for a draft. That pick might haunt me a little bit, but I will definitely still take Pollock. He's still a good defenseman. Still a good prospect. So let's see what we do here in the offseason. This is one of the biggest offseason, if not the biggest offseason of our tenure so far. So we have a lot of guys unsigned here. So yeah, Pollock, 63. I'll let him play in whatever league he is for the first year, and then I might sign him next year. But yeah, here we go with this offseason. So first of all, let's check out with our RFA. So Will Sharp's asking price went down, which is something to consider. He only wants $6 million for a couple years. Yeah, I could sign for like $7 million over 2 years. Still have RFA rights at the end, so that's something to consider. De Silva, have you come down to earth at all? A little bit. I still think I'm going to qualify him for now. And I will also qualify Sharp. Now, I still could offer him a contract if need be, but just in case we don't get to that. Now, how much money does he want at the end of all this? 12.5 is a lot. Yeah, I think I'll stick to my plan. Oh, yeah, like that. So we have $22 million in cap space. So I'm going to offer him 11.75. It's not that much of an increase, but maybe he'll accept that. Ryan Green's going to be a tough one because he wants about $3 million, which might be a little bit too much. Murphy and Jones want extensions. They are old as hell, but if Murphy wants a two-way contract, I'll definitely give him that. He wants a one-way. Okay, how about Jones? What does he want? Also one-way. They only want $1 million, so we'll come back to that if we have the money. Qualify Harrison. He wants a one-way for whatever reason, but we'll retain his rights at least. And then so does Greer. He's not looking like it's going to become much, but we'll still retain his rights. Smirnoff wants his ELC. He's looking like a solid prospect, as well as Bolig. Hopefully those two can jump. Low 6 doesn't usually do well, but we'll still sign him for the AHL. As well as Lorikainen, excuse me. Levesque will also, just for the AHL. We just need some guys to play down there anyways, so yeah, low 6, fuck it, why not? We have enough roster spots. Mine as well. Yep, medium elite goalie, let's get you signed. Elvis, he wasn't spectacular for us, so I'm going to let him walk. We have more, well, I'll come back to him at least. He does want an extension. The backup goalie is going to be really random. So let's see if Haminaho accepts that extension. I wouldn't be surprised if he rejects. No, he does renew. Okay, cool. So we have Haminaho back at least for the year. And we have $11 million to work with Sharp, Green, and De Silva, who still need contracts. Okay. So Sharp is, I could do 7 if I wanted. I could do 7 over 2, so that's $7 million. So that leaves us with $4 million. Yeah, we can only sign one of these two at that point. So Green might become collateral damage. I might sign him just to be able to trade him at the end of this. Like, I might just give him that for a year, and then if I need to trade him, because I have these two retained, and if I want to re-sign these two, it'd be in the free agency pool. Who do we have defensively coming up? Anybody? So that's most likely the top 4. And nobody's going to play immediately. So the only thing is this is the cheapest we'll get these guys. But I have a feeling they might regress even more. So might want to stay away from that. We did get them their cup, so it's not like we owe it to them at this point. If Damasha wants a two-way, he could play down the AHL, and there's that. He wanted a one-way, right? Yeah. Then we also have Elvis there. Okay. Should I offer Green the contract to be able to trade him at least? It'd be good asset management. It's a bit cheesy. But, or if we decide to keep him for, if we are able to fit him under the cap. But yeah, I'll sign him to a 1-year deal. We'll see if he accepts 3.5, which he does. Okay, cool. And Del Mastro accepted that. Nice. Gavin Hayes. I got other guys in the AHL I want to play over him. And then, yeah, we have Khrushchev, who I think we claimed on waivers, but I'll just let him walk. I don't have any desire to sign him. Desharnais is even older than Caleb Jones, so I think I'll pass on that. And then, yeah, so we have $8 million. The Sharp contract isn't bad. He wasn't spectacular, though, was the only thing. Like, he did his job, but he was, only a +6, +5, getting pretty heavy minutes. I mean, it's positive at least, but as an 88 overall, you'd think he might be able to do something else. I've also been, in the back of my mind, thinking of a big trade involving Kasparaitis and Sharp, packaging them for, like, another big-time defenseman, but then we'd have to get another top 4 defenseman is the problem. So, yeah, there is that. So, I do have the RFAs retained, so I think I can just get up to free agency here at this point. And we will decide from there. I actually want to sign my scouts and everything before I forget. So, give all these guys some contracts. I don't know if our coach or anything is up. So, that is something to look at as well. Get all these guys signed real quick. They have been very helpful in this process of getting the right players on this team. Drafting the right guys, find some hidden gems, all that good stuff, and there you go. All right, any coaches? Nope, we still have Tan for the next 2 years, who is up to almost a full A+. His defense and teaching are still at an A, but everything else at the max, and yeah. Oh, was this his first year with us? Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's a rookie coach. Yeah. At 63, which is crazy, but, oh wait, he wasn't, God, I wasn't even looking at the right thing. Here is our actual head coach, who is fully maxed out with everything. Oh yeah, he's been here for the last 3 years. So, yeah, he's done very well for us. He's been, yeah, a lot of experience for him. He's actually the same age as our associate coach, but he's been great. So that is good to see, and I think he was even locked up for even longer, so let me... Oh, he's only got 1 year left. Okay, so we'll have to sign him next year. But for right now, we don't have to worry about that. So let's get into free agency here, as all of our scouts are going to accept their contracts real quick with us. Good to see all these guys coming back. It gets kind of annoying, but, it's alright. Yep. Yeah, you guys are all welcome. You guys deserve it. Alright. There we go. Alright, officially at July 1st of 2030. Let's see who is in free agency to maybe spice things up. Brant Clark, who wants $14.5 million, is there. He's not worth that much money. Straight up, he is not. Bowen Byram is there, who has been very solid for a two-way. Okay, how much does he want? 11.8 is not bad. That is something to consider. That is definitely something to consider. Let's look at UFAs only. I don't really care about RFAs. Leo Carlson was not signed by the Rangers, so he is a free agent. Who is interested in him, by the way? The Islanders and the Hurricanes. So there is that. Lucas Reichel is out there. 89 overall. He's like a 60-point guy looking for just under $8 million. William Eklund, who's actually not asking for any money. That's why he had a shit year. That actually might be a diamond in the rough, because he could easily bounce back, and that's a good contract. St. Louis and Pittsburgh in the bidding war for that. But yeah, that might be a great contract for a team, but if he continues on the decline, maybe not. Former Blackhawk Brandon Hagel, who has been very solid the last 2 years, is looking for about $10.5 million. Other guys down here, Stankoven. That's not a bad contract for him, 58 points. And it's a little much. There's Capo Caco down here, Brock Besser. So, yeah, and that kind of trails off after that. But Bowen Byram is interesting because he's not asking for a crazy amount of money. Only one team interested, which is Dallas. But, yeah, 7 years, you could give him like 12.5, 13, which, okay, that is a lot of money. But in this era of cap, it might not be bad. So let's take a look here. What is Will Sharp asking for at the moment? So Sharp Wow, he went down a lot, actually. Sharp is only asking... That is a really good contract as well, though. And we still have to sign De Silva, who's asking for an insane amount of money. We could bet on him a little bit. I don't know if I want to give him a full 8 years because of what happened to Kasparaitis. But I'm willing to go like a 6-year deal. We can get him for like 4.25. I mean, I hope we don't give him that contract and he just falls off, you know? And then we're stuck. But he would have to play at least top 9 minutes. So, alright. That's going to be the... excuse me. This is going to be the first line next year. Like, pretty set in stone. Second line's going to be Natchez, Leonov, and Blank. Third line's going to be... It's going to be either Casual or Petit, probably. So that's already the third line. Nazar's going to be there. And if we keep Green, he's there. Yeah, so that would mean that Green would have to go. And we would re-sign... what's his face? Sharp. Or no, De Silva. So I think that's set in stone no matter what. I think we trade Green, re-sign De Silva, and just hopefully bet on him to become... Does he have any X Factors, by the way? He should have X Factors, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. It's interesting that he has tape to tape. He's a very defensive-minded guy, and then he has tape to tape, which, I mean, it's cool, but... yeah, maybe give him, like, some power play time and hope that he can help produce. That might... Yeah, I think that'd be the move. I'd rather bet on him than Ryan Green anyway. Like, it doesn't... It's a safe move, so I'm fine with that. So let me get rid of Ryan Green's contract. We weren't really planning on keeping him regardless. It was only, like, if we can kind of thing, but... let's move him out. Rasmus Sandin is available. We actually do need a bottom pairing defenseman. Oh, wow, he did not develop at all. Okay. Well, that sucks. I don't think either of those trades were just straight up for picks. I think they had players involved. Let me look at that one more time. Where is he at? Right here, Ryan Green. And were they both Washington? Yeah, they were. Okay, so we'd have to trade him on our own just for like a pick or two. But that isn't too hard, obviously. So Green, let's trade him out in the East. Boston, let's see if we can screw somebody cap-wise. Who? Or we could screw... Does Dallas want him? We could screw them on a Byram, because he won't bite us in the ass as much. So we can try to really play hard. Like, this is really cheesing. But, they're not going to accept it for... yeah, they don't want to trade that. So let's try to trade Green for a second here. I'll actually safety end up with a third. Just to make sure. We'll see if we can screw Dallas out of Bowen Byram. They reject that. I'm thinking a second and fourth might get this done, though. And nope, still no. Okay. Second, and how about this fourth? I don't know if it makes any difference, but no. Alright, second and a fifth. I'm really... if they don't accept this, I'll just do the second, but... Just a touch? Okay, that means we could probably get a sixth, then. No? Alright, just give me a second. Alright, there we go. So, Green for a second. That leaves them with, okay, just 10 mil, so they might not even have that cap anymore. So there is that. Now, let us... I think we're going to sign De Silva for sure. I could... Maybe I sim a little bit. Maybe see if his asking price goes down. No, I can't because... Okay, back in my mind, I'm still thinking about Bowen Byram. That was pretty crazy to say, but what I mean is about signing Bowen Byram. Is he that much of an upgrade over what's his name? Sharp? And that, yeah. And that $5 million, because that's like a $5 million difference, that is definitely gonna, you know, be something to factor in at some point. So I think we did well with, you know, steering Dallas away from Bowen Byram. But unless I trade, like, it has to be Kasparaitis and somebody else, because that Will Sharp contract is very solid. And I might even wait it out, see if he goes down at all. Hopefully that's the right decision. Because I could sign him 3 years at like 6 mil, and we would still have RFA rights at the end of that. Honestly, I might just do that right now. We don't get to lock him up, but maybe we don't want to commit to him that much anyway. So I'm going to offer him that contract, and then I'm going to play hardball with De Silva, see if he goes down at all. So that's going to be the decision we make. Now this also gives us enough money to target some bottom pair defensemen, which actually I'm going to wait until he accepts that and we can see how much money we're at. So I'm going to send him a couple days here. See if... Okay, Sharp does sign. And we have $6 million. Okay. So we're definitely going to have to give out some vet minimums for our bottom pair, which is fine. Let's take a look at RFAs here. De Silva is... He wants $4 million at any year. Okay. So he's still right there. I'll send him another couple weeks. So he wants about 4 mil. So let's say that's the highest. Yeah, so we can sign 2 defensemen for about $1 million. So let's look at our options here for a bottom pair defenseman. Let's just go to affordable because it'll sort some guys out of here. Who's cheap over here? This guy is... Okay, let me sort by UFA, actually. That is not UFA, that is UFA. Thank you. Alright, Matheson, he might regress, and he's still a little bit too much. This guy, Jack Machier, didn't we just play him? Was he on Tampa? Winnipeg, that's right. Yeah, we played him in the first round. Is he... Saying top 4 defensive pairings, okay. This guy... Lindstein, defensive pairing 1, it's not what we're looking for. Is that Morgan Riley? Now, Morgan Riley is interesting because he has X factors. I'm going to give him a contract regardless. I'm going to give him $850. Because that is like nothing. Pavel Dadonov, level 8. Maybe he gets a jump. Could be an option. I'm looking for somebody who fits in that bottom pair. There's Desharnais again. Matt Dumba, does he have X factors? No. Perbix, we don't know much about. Oh, I don't know. Riley's a lefty, so we need a right D. Yeah, there's nobody that's sticking out. Go down the list a little here. There's nobody that fits in that bottom pair, I guess. Sealy, no. Okay, so we just kind of have to take a chance on somebody, pretty much. So let's just go overall wise. Let's see who's kind of up here. Obviously, Machier would be... Yeah, because in case Riley doesn't work out, he can play both sides. So I'll offer a Machier. Just to give him what he's asking for, I guess. And then let's see if those two sign. I assume they should. I don't think they're going to get any other offers, but... Alright, so we get those two signed. That leaves us with... Oh, yeah, we almost have $6 million still, somehow. So we have enough money to sign De Silva, if we needed to. But let's see if we can get him for a little bit cheaper. Let's send another couple weeks. Greer accepts his RFA qualifying offer. So we will keep him playing down the AHL this year. And then let's see if De Silva has budged at all. Okay. Yeah, that is definitely budging right there. So instead of, we can do about 375. That is a great contract. That is honestly a really good contract. Over 6 years. I mean, I could do 8 if I wanted. Let me do 6. I might as well do 8 because I can trade him. Yeah, this would be a tradable contract, even if we don't get a lot for him. Or I could keep Simeon and hope his asking price goes down even further, but this might be the cheapest we get him. Okay, I'll sim 2 more weeks. If it doesn't go down at all, I'll just sign him. This might be the wrong decision, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Up to August 7th here. Harrison accepts his qualifying offer. Oh, we do need to sign a backup goalie as well before I forget. But let's see De Silva's contract here. Let's see what he's looking at. Oh wow. Okay, he went down even more. All right, let's give him 3.5. I'm good with that. We'll do I'll opt from the 8 years. I mean, I might as well. I don't have any reason not to. Let's see if he accepts that, and then we'll worry about a backup. Actually, let me look to see who's out there, because we have enough money to sign one. Okay, yeah, there's definitely some decent options. We have Dostal, Hrabel. Did we have this guy, or did we face him? Oh, we faced him. Okay. This was actually Tampa's starter 2 years ago. 900 save percentage. He's been off and on. There's this guy who is an RFA. No, thank you. See, Dostal, what's he been doing? No. Absolutely not. John Gibson. He's been putting up numbers. He is 37, though. He might regress, but I mean, his track record is good. So maybe we give a chance to 37-year-old John Gibson, and then I'll sign like another. Like, does this guy want a 2-way? He did. I think Gibson might have. Okay, no, I'll just sign Gibson for now. But let's see if De Silva accepts that contract. Our main worry right now. And he has. Okay. So De Silva is locked up for 8 years, and that leaves us with $3.5 million in cap space. So that'll give us a little extra money to sign Haminaho this upcoming year. And then he's pretty much our only big contract. Oh, we had Josh Mahura? I did not even know that. Okay, well, at least we have options on defense. So yeah, that's fine. That's actually good in case Riley is like shit. So yeah, our defensive core is still looking pretty good. Our forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're committing to these two. Hopefully they can have a bounce back here. 7, 8, 9. If not, we do have these two coming up. So there is that to look forward to. 10, 11, 12. And hopefully somebody will get a jump there. If not, we can fill out the rest of the roster at the beginning of the season. Speaking of the beginning of the season, let us sim to next season. So our big offseason is pretty much complete. We have made our big decisions. This is what we're sticking with. Hopefully they are the right ones. Again, only time will tell with that. So first line is going to look like this. Second line, to start at least, is going to look like... Well, De Silva gives him a +5. We'll start with that. We'll see where it goes. Petit is there, Nazar, and then McAllister. Okay, so we have a couple... Okay, so Severson's up to an 81, which is beautiful. Barry's only a 77. So that probably isn't going to stick there. We know what we get there. What do we got here? Alright, does Riley give that any sort of... He's still got an 80, so that's good. That's a -1. Okay. How about him... Oh, we already had this pairing. Okay, so it's going to be Mahura and Mache if we need to... So Riley will be depth in case we want to change something up in the playoffs. And then, do I have anybody in the NHL forward-wise that can play? No, so we'll just have to sign somebody, which is fine. And then in the net, so Gibson is down to 79. Hopefully, he can still be serviceable. If not, we can upgrade that at the deadline or before if it gets really bad. But UC Saros, we're putting a lot of faith in you in potentially your final year. I just hope for the best with that. Hopefully, he can still will us to another playoff spot. But we will worry about the lines in the next video, as this one has gone probably long enough. Captains, I believe. Yeah, these are all what they were before. So yeah, the big offseason, potentially the biggest offseason, has been completed. We will have our ring ceremony this year. It still feels good to call ourselves Stanley Cup champions, but I want to strive for more. I want to strive for a dynasty with this core and with Connor Bedard, of course, at the Realm. We're going to go until he retires. I plan on doing that with this series. If that means a live stream to end it, that's what that means. So be sure to let me know if you guys want to see that. If we get close enough and like the series is kind of dragging on, we just want to kind of get everything done. If you guys would just like to see a live stream until Bedard retires, or to a point we get to a stopping point in the series, I guess I should say. But yeah, so parade was fun. Champagne, popping the champagne, it was nice. But it's time to get back down to business. It's time to win some more. We want to feel that again. So we'll have to take care of business again in this upcoming year. But thank you guys so much for watching this video and for the support recently. Go check out my new MLB series that I just started. And as always, you guys take care.